Hello everybody, welcome back to the Limit of Adhesion and our new GT3 League. My name's Gareth, joining me once again in the commentary box is Adam. Adam, how are you doing?
Hi, good, thanks Gareth. Pleased to be here again.
Yeah, great stuff. So this week we are at Interlagos in Brazil, fortunately the one of the two Brazilian tracks that I can actually pronounce. I could never manage to get the other name for the old track done. Cars are out on track at the moment and you can see the practice results on screen. A fantastic grid of 19 cars this week, Adam.
Yes, great turnout. Unfortunately only 18 on that page. I think we have one that is joined in qualifying but not in practice. But yeah, 19 is a great turnout.
Indeed, yeah. And so new drivers as well. So we've got Andres Fuelgrade there, who's 5th in practice. He has formed Team Blackpink with Will Burnett, and then we have Caleb Selner and Nicholas Terry, who have formed the team Rabbit Hole Motorsports, and also we have Jake Weaver, son of Jason Weaver, who has formed he's in a privateer team on his own at the moment.
Yeah, it's good to see, isn't it? It's nice to see Will Burnett not running privateer for once. That's a long time coming.
Yeah, sure is. So we're just seeing the championship standings there. Rumblebee's currently in the lead of the championship after the Laguna Seca round. 45 points to LB Racing's 34. And we are currently looking at qualifying. Then there's David Lyon in his oh-so-subtle McLaren.
Yeah, expect him to be up there again this week.
Yeah. Although sadly,
practice.
His A-team teammate... Nathan Parker sadly not in the race this week, unfortunately. So, we're still waiting for a full A-Team GT3 attack, hopefully next time out. And Lyon goes quickest there. We're 132.3.
Yeah, it'll be good to get them both out on track. I suspect Nathan will also be pretty quick in these cars, so look forward to seeing that. And I think they're both running McLarens as well.
Excellent stuff, yeah. Parker's shown a decent turn of pace in the lawn mowers and Reliant Robins and things that we've been running in the Assetto Corsa, so it'd be good to see him running in the GT3s.
It's all good practice for the GT3s when you're running a three-wheeler.
Absolutely, yeah. And oh dear, that's the two Lamborghinis then of Tranter and the Ledge coming together. And here's the Weave then. He's now running a BMW this week, changing from the Ferrari.
Yes. Yeah, the BMW seems fairly quick. It certainly did at Laguna. I suspect same again here.
Yeah, let's hope for a change of fortunes then for Larson.
They look good, don't they, the Rabbit Hole Racing team?
Yeah, they look great, yeah. And that's the team Shelf Squirrel of Keith Schooling behind. It's his first venture into GT3 with us. Already done a couple of Formula Renault 2.0 rounds though. And also we've got Rob Miller joining for GT3s for the first time. That's kind of exciting, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, shame he couldn't make the last race. I know he would have raced if he could have done, but real life sometimes gets in the way, and being at a Grand Prix is probably a good enough excuse for us.
Absolutely, yeah, very much so. So 5 minutes of qualifying done so far, and Lyon is ahead of Fuelgrade. Andres, you'll have to let us know on your pronunciation. There is Rob Miller in his Ledge designed livery. It's a recreation of one of his old RC cars, which is very cool.
Yeah, it's been done excellently, hasn't it?
Yeah. Good job by the Ledge.
Nice and easy to spot with the checkered flag on top as well. We like that for commentary.
Absolutely, yeah. I think there's 3 of the Ledge's liveries, although one of them's Parker, who's obviously not going to be in the race, but obviously the Ledge has done his own Lamborghini livery as well.
You have to start charging commissions at this rate.
Well, I think this is planned. But if you do need a livery doing, then do go and speak to Lawrence Owen Jenkins, the Ledge from Ledge Designs.
So it looks like Lyon and, again, I'll butcher this name, so apologies, Fuel Grab are way ahead of everyone else here by 3.5, 4 tenths.
Yeah, that's quite surprising actually, because normally we see someone like Highfield, for example, who's currently down in 4th. He's normally very rapid in GT3, so expect to see a bit more of a turn of pace from him.
Yeah, I think 1:32.2 is exceptionally quick. I mean, the track temp here has risen anyway, so I think that's probably about as good a time as you'll see. I'm not sure Highfield will be getting close to that.
Right. And so just talk to us about track temp and how critical it is to the lap times.
Yeah, certainly at a track like this in Brazil, where ambient temperature increases so quickly, because we run the hour practice session prior, it actually carries over. It's a inverted commas feature of iRacing, which means that you're probably quicker in practice than you'll be in quali, and you're quicker in quali obviously than you'll be in the race. But by the time you hit the race, it certainly will have gone up, 10 degrees almost from when you start, which just makes the track that extra bit slippier. It can be anything up to half a second slower per lap, even up to a second in some cases. As anyone that has run sort of endurance races will know, it certainly gets slower as the track temp increases, and obviously cars running on it, doesn't help it cool down at all. So that's a very good time in what I suspect is about 30 plus degree track temp here.
Yeah, so important to get out quick then for your lap times. Then we see Tranter up to 3rd, ahead of Bibby and Highfield.
Yeah, and also important to get out in front of the queue with 19 cars on grid. You can see there's a lot of moving cars on the snake top right here.
Yes, no, you're absolutely right. A lot of traffic to negotiate. The tracks are getting busier and busier. We saw that with the Formula Renault 2.0 in the last couple of races as well, where it was so important to get a good qualifying in such a busy track. So there's Kelly coming into the pit lane then in his Callum Fodder Mercedes. He's currently 9th.
Yeah, I suspect he won't have time for another lap, so maybe just testing the pit entry.
Yeah, and round goes Andrews. So that's disappointing after he just set a pink sector.
Mowing the lawn.
Yeah, so that's at Jung Sao. Final tight left on the track. And we're looking at Bibby then, who's P4 at the moment, so he's deposed Highfield. Not improving on this lap though. Under a minute to go in qualifying, so really getting to the end of the session.
Yeah, and a lot of cars have come in actually already. Got Tranter out on track, here he is, and Highfield coming around that probably just finished their laps off.
Tranter only a personal best in the second to last sector, but no improvement elsewhere. He's currently 3rd and he stays 3rd.
And it looks like Highfield's on a slow lap here, so I don't think he'll be moving up.
Yeah, and Miller only down in 8th, but he's a bit more unfamiliar with the GT3s than he is obviously with the Formula Renault. So quite a few cars getting it wrong there. So end of qualifying.
Sorry, Gareth.
That's right, Adam, no worries. Do you want to take us through the grid?
Absolutely. See if we get the graphic. But based on what we just saw, there we are. David Lyon in 1st, Andris Fuel Grab 2nd, Will Bibby 3rd, Adam Highfield 4th, Caleb Selner 5th, Ollie Walker 6th, Rob Miller 7th, Mark Tranter 8th, Gavin Kelly 9th, Paul Dixon 10th, Tony Henkin 11th, Will Burnett 12th, Jason Larson 13th, good time from him, Jake Weaver 14th, Nick Terry 15th, Keith Schooling 16th, The Ledge 17th, Jason Weaver 18th, and Gareth Winslade 19th. Unfortunately didn't get to set a time in quali.
Yeah, thanks for that. And so, great results there. Interesting to see Andrus and Caleb up so high on their debut. That's fantastic news and quite exciting for the league. There you can see them, the pink and black car of Andrus on the front row there, and Caleb in the Rabbit Motorsports in 5th. Cars are now rolling. So perhaps, Adam, just give us a quick reminder of the format for our GT3 racing.
Yeah, absolutely. So obviously we had that 10-minute qualifying, which sets the grid for this this race, which you can see the short formation corners here, not a full lap. We then get a 25-minute feature race, and we've included a pit stop this week, so it's fuel limited. So even with a full tank, you probably get about 18 to 20 minutes of run time, which means you have to pit for fuel. You don't need tyres generally, but just to add an extra bit of strategy this week, which we'll be carrying on. So the 25-minute race, and then we invert the results from that, and then run a 10-minute sprint race. With slightly less points on offer for the sprint than the feature, but just an opportunity, obviously, to get some extra racing in.
Absolutely, yeah. So we see the cars are out of Young Sal and heading up the hill to the start-finish line.
We've not been blessed with the best rolling starts so far, so let's hope the drivers have taken note.
Fingers crossed.
We've got a slight blink on the front there.
So as we wait for the pace car to dive into the pit lane, it's heading in now. Dave very keen to overtake. Look at the line. Car's building up in pace. It's a great start by Bibby down the inside. And he's just jumped both front runners into the lead into the first corner. Andrus to the outside, but yeah, as you say, he's blinking in and out of existence there.
Yeah.
And that's Highfield. It's like up to fourth. We're hearing a crash behind. What's happening? Highfield dropping down the order. Oh my gosh. Okay, so that's Caleb as well. So, oh, what an unfortunate start for him and for Highfield. Highfield now at the back. There's a lot of action going on. And here's Bibby in the front then, leading the race from David Line.
Yeah, we'll have to see if we get a replay of that. But Highfield and Selner are obviously coming together at T1.
Yes, and you see Burnett. There he is, just rejoining the circuit, and he's behind. That's Winslade in the Callum Fodder Ferrari. He's up to 12th from 19th on the grid, so not a bad start. And Burnett losing it then, and oh no, another crash. So Winslade underneath Burnett's car, and everyone negotiating their way round.
They're back on their way again. Yeah, mounting Winslade's front bonnet there.
Yeah. That's a bit of an unfortunate start, and that's Jake Weaver. Wow, just holding on to the rear of his car there. Nearly lost it as he was passing the ledge. He's now up to 12. So now we see Highfield attacking Keith Schooling into Young Sal, hoping for a good exit because this is an all-important run out of this hill. And wow, not even waiting, straight round the outside as Schooling struggled on the exit there.
Yeah, a bit of work for Highfield to get back up into the points here. And Line. Yeah. Oh, Line attacking Bibby here.
Line nearly going right round the outside of Bibby, but slots back into second, and Andrus Fieldgrave is attacking Line for third, so it's all go at the front. And there's Mark Tranter in fourth, having a much better run of it than he did at Laguna Seca.
Yeah, not much between these top four, is there? That's going to play out nicely, I think.
And already gapping Paul Dixon, who's Bibby's teammate, in fifth place, so a great showing for LB Racing. You see a Rumblebees attacking Miller. That is Oliver Walker.
Yeah, Ollie's shown some good pace in the GT3s. Good result at Laguna. Very good result, actually. And was running third in the championship before this week.
Which is fantastic. Yeah, so Selner and Burnett have already been into the pits. Burnett now exiting the pit lane.
Yes, I suspect damage from both of their incidents.
Yes. And Highfield back up to 13th after his Senna S incident on the opening lap, so he's fighting back fast.
Solid walk on the inside of Paul Dixon.
Yeah. And that's Miller ahead of them, so Miller up to 5th now, so he's just opposed Dixon, as has Ollie Walker, so this is a all change at the front. Here's Bibby, Line and Fuelgrade. Look at that, Dixon then looking to attack Walker back into T1, and Hankin going round the outside. He's fighting with Kelly, the two Mercedes there.
Wow, this is good racing all through the field, isn't it?
Yeah, we've got so much action, it's going to be hard to keep track of everything.
two big packs really. The top four, and then the next sort of six are all sort of five seem to be scrapping, and then a little bit more sporadic below.
Yes. Yes, indeed. We can see like Weaver and Highfield very close together. Further back.
Yeah, you are allowed one fast repair in these races, so that does help if you have a particularly aggressive incident in the first lap. You can get yourself back out there.
Yeah. That's good. And there's Keith Schooling. He's chasing Winslade, the two Ferraris. Winslade's not looking too damaged after having Burnett on his bonnet.
No, those Ferraris seem indestructible. They seem like they flip the cars over. Do a little replay.
Replay then. So there's Highfield. Oh, getting turned by Caleb, it looks like. And Miller doing well to not plough into them. Highfield just having a bump into the wall, so that's like he was a little surprised by Andrus blinking in and out of existence. Oh yes. So it was Winslade shoulder hipping Burnett, which prefaced the incident that's just about to come up now. You see Burnett getting squirrely on the curb, going sideways, but yeah, an unintentional slide across the track and into Winslade.
Yeah, not much you can do once you hit that grass. That's it's like ice.
Yes.
Well aimed though to get some revenge. I'm sure that wasn't on his mind, but particularly good cannon shot across the grass there.
It was indeed. Cannon shot on cannon fodder.
Yes, and that incident with Highfield and Selner turn one looked a bit unfortunate. I think there was just a lot of action going on there, and I think probably Highfield cut across a bit too early, not realising that Caleb had made up some ground there on the inside by that point of the corner.
Yes.
So unfortunate for those two, yeah.
Probably one that will be reviewed by the stewards after the race. Look at Line now, attacking Bibby, trying left and right. Can't find a way through yet.
He's trying to blind him with the reflection off his gold car, I suspect, in all wing mirrors.
And Tranter running very wide there. Is he looking to try and find an alternative line with with Line and Fieldgrave ahead of him?
Yeah, the car's all still very stacked up in the map top right, as you can see. No one's really, bar the cars that had to pit early. It's all very tight.
Yes. So let's talk fuel and pit strategy then, which is something we've not talked about before in the Limit of Adhesion. Is it the best just to drain the tank and then come in for a splash and dash at the end, or is there a bit of strategy involved?
Yeah, I get it. Sort of depends on how you're running, which is why it's such a nice sort of feature to have. It's, if you're running, for example, Bibby's running first and clear air, there's no point him coming in until he absolutely has to. So in his eyes, he might as well drain the tank. Whereas, someone like Tranter or even someone further down the field, so for example Highfield now after his bump, or Caleb Selner obviously had some pace, they might decide to come in and pit a bit earlier, obviously late enough that they can still take enough fuel on to reach the end of the race, and then they'll come out in theory in cleaner air and can run some laps before everyone else takes a pit, and you sort of try the undercut, don't you? So it's an interesting one. We'll see if anyone employs any sort of advanced tactics, inverted commas, this week. We'll see if, for example, David Line might fancy coming in early, running some laps on his own, and if he can run quicker than Bibbs, then he might undercut him on the pit stop.
Yeah, great point actually. But as you say, the field are still quite bunched up, so it's going to take a little while for that gap to open up for these front runners. They're definitely running quicker than the rest of the field, but not quite enough in order to find that all-important gap for the pit stop yet.
Yeah, and unfortunately we don't all have a pit wall of engineers telling us when to come in and what our gaps are, so I think there's a bit of manual calculation on this one as well, so I wouldn't expect anyone to get it perfectly right, but I suspect the pit window is anything roughly from probably now-ish, sort of 6-7 minutes in, all the way through to obviously the sort of tank running empty, which I suspect will be about 18 to 20 minutes, but depending on how aggressively you're driving it.
Kelly to the inside of Hankin into T1. Nicely done. He was lining that up from Young Sal. Actually,
well
Hankin
landed.
was lining up Dixon, but just a slightly slower exit than the Ferrari ahead meant he was the victim rather than the attacker.
Yeah, Mercedes on Mercedes there. We'll obviously keep track of the manufacturers as he comes back down the inside.
Yeah,
Tough corner to make a move on that one.
Yeah, very tough, isn't it? You've got quite a... Was it third gear, that corner?
Yeah, most cars, yeah. But you run so wide anyway, there's not much room for manoeuvre for two cars through there unless you go off track. And then this is a much tighter section where, again, if you can get side by side, you can probably make a move stick, but this is generally just...
Where's Hankin going? Oh no, Hankin just losing it into the wall. That's really unfortunate as he recovers out of the top 10 now. Listen to the noise of that Mercedes. Such a big growling engine. Line now on the back of Bibby once again as we cut to a replay on the grass there. We're on board with Bibby looking back at Andrus, who's lining up line. Andrus to the outside.
Yeah, line keeping it tight on the inside.
So he should have the better run out of T2, and he does. And Tranter there hovering around as well. Miller is pulling himself onto the back of this group.
Yeah, I guess they're little... oh, here we go. Here's an early pit for Highfield and...
Hankin.
Hankin might have had damage from his bump there, so might have utilised the fast repair and the pit stop.
Yeah, great spot.
But yeah, so that's given Miller the chance to creep back up into that top group, hasn't it? They're scrapping. Nice, respectful racing that though. Oh, as we see the ledge off the track there, I think below.
Yes, good spot. This is very exciting though. The first scheduled pit stops in the Limit of Adhesion's history. Awesome stuff. Those guys back out on track. Here's fuel grade then. We're on board with the Ferrari and he's trying to get past line ahead of him in the bling machine. And this is one of the best opportunities on the track to have an attack. You need a good exit out, Junksal, and then get in the slipstream all the way up this long curving straight down to the pit exit, down to the T1.
Yeah, absolutely. If you can get on the inside for T1, you're in pretty good stead. But again, you can't miss your braking point, otherwise you'll clean both cars out or end up in that grass on the as we see ahead there.
Yeah.
So it's it's not without its risks there. It's
yeah, indeed. And Larson into the pit lane then from P9.
Yeah, so these guys obviously employing an early strategy because the fuel would obviously take you further than this. So we'll see where these. You see Highfield's come out in fairly clean air per the map on the top right. So that looks to have worked fairly well as long as it doesn't catch Keith's corner too quickly.
Yeah, good spot there. So you're going to have to, everyone will have to watch the driver tracker to see what is going on with the race. It's going to be quite crucial to our understanding of it. Jake Weaver.
Hankin seems to have had a slower pit stop. I thought he was coming in as well, but...
Yeah, he went in at the same time as Highfield, doesn't he? But that's a shame.
Yeah, he was looking quick at times.
We're looking at debutant Nicholas Terry from Rabbit Hole Motorsport, and he's being chased by Jake Weaver, another debutant into the league. Welcome to you both, and welcome to Caleb and Andrus, obviously. Andrus there on the attack on David Line once again down the pit straight.
Oh, Andrus going line into the pits, so he's going for an early stop.
I think Line just blipped his brakes there just to show Caleb that he was coming in, and that's what sent Caleb jinking to the outside. Whoa, contact there between Miller and Andrus. They're fighting hard. Tranter's now up to second.
So it looked like Andrus had to swerve quite hard to avoid Line going into the pits. Obviously didn't know it was coming, which gave Tranter and Miller a good run into T1, and they both pinched spots off him.
Yeah, probably a good time for Line to have deployed a pass left or pass right to show.
Yeah, quite. Or put your hand out the window to wave.
Yeah. So Kelly up to 7th as a result of all these pit stops. He's still attacking Dixon ahead of him in 6th place.
So Lyons managed to get out.
Just
There he
ahead
is,
of Winslade.
just ahead of Winslade, so that might work quite well as well. He's got a bit of clear air in front of him.
So we're coming up to 14 minutes into this 25-minute race. Quite a few stoppers already.
Well, there's the pit stop times. Excellent. Just splashed away. That's a good graphic. We'll keep an eye on that one later as well.
Yeah. The ledge lost a bonnet.
Yeah, that can't be helping the aero, but still running.
Yeah, that must have been what the result of his earlier accident. Andrus attacking Miller then into T1. These two already had a bit of a bump in the hip. Last lap.
Runs wide.
Miller out braking himself. That's unfortunate. Andrus scampering through.
Yeah, good pressure from Andrus. Good to see Andrus come in and be fighting for the lead already. That's a hell of a start for a debut.
Yeah, absolutely. And Walker and Kelly both into the pits then. Is Walker getting out ahead?
Yeah, that's a 3.5 second pit, which I am going to guess is not enough fuel based on the other stops we've seen.
Oh, so has he mistimed it? Let's hope he has.
Yeah, we'll have to see near the end of the race if he has to pit again.
The ledge is attacking Jake Weaver here. The pit straight, so cut you off, Adam.
No, not at all. That's, yeah, just pulled out that one. I mean, obviously you can employ a two-stop strategy, but I wouldn't recommend it in a 25-minute race.
No, probably not the best of ideas.
Yeah, if you can avoid it. Unfortunately, those cars that stopped in lap 1 or 2 wouldn't have been able to take enough fuel on, so they will have to stop twice. But anyone that stopped sort of 7-8 minutes beyond would be, in theory, okay.
Yeah. So unless Oliver Walker has timed it to perfection, he's currently running ahead of line as the first of the pit stopped guys. And so that, yeah, there's no way that he's ahead of line unless line has had a serious accident or spin.
No, a 3.5 second pit looks quick, so we'll see. But as he goes past Nicholas Terry there, nice move from Ollie there.
So William Bibby in the lead still, as he has been all race.
Yeah, looks solid, doesn't he? Pulled away now to 3 seconds over Mark Tranter almost.
Terry in the pit lane now. Nick Terry, that is.
Andrus putting pressure on Mark as well. Mark Tranter.
It's very exciting to see, actually. This is great.
So these guys still need to pit, obviously, as well, and so does our leader, Will Bibby. So interesting to see if they all get it right, and if anyone can jump ahead out the pits.
You know, I've been sitting here looking at the black pink cars, thinking, why does that look so familiar? And it's because of the Keith Chegwin Memorial team from last season when they were running a black and pink livery.
Yeah, it looks good on the old GTs as well, though, doesn't it?
It sure does.
In fact, all the liveries are pretty good. You can see these two shelf squirrels coming through here with the nice yellow and white differentiation stripes.
Yeah, that's very cool. Looked like the Weave was just recovering from a spin there. Andrus now in the pit lane then from P3. He's looking to undercut.
So let's see where he comes out against Line. Is probably the best judge here. He was running ahead of him. Or he was just behind him, wasn't he? One place pre-pit. So
yeah, so this is the all-important
that's
Walker then back in the pit lane, so he must have got it wrong.
So where does Andrus come out? Oh, he's ahead. So he's ahead of Line by a few seconds by the looks of it.
Wow, so combination of some good laps and Line didn't look like he was too stuck in traffic, so yeah, Andrus has just done him on pace, I guess.
Yeah, and potentially a quick You can gain a second or two on the pit if you get your entry right and your exit right.
Hmm.
But yeah, absolutely, he must have just been running some good laps there. We see Highfield's crept back up to 8th, and he has stopped. So his pit stop strategy seems to have worked fairly well. Behind line by 6 or so seconds there.
So you can see the top 4 haven't pitted yet, and Winslade in 7th hasn't pitted yet, and Schooling in 12th. So most of the cars have now stopped. We're waiting to see when these guys pit and see what that will do to the order. That looks like Bibby into the pit lane now. So here comes our race leader, followed by Tranter in 2nd. Will Miller be following them in as well?
I would guess so, yes, there he is. And Dixon as well. I suspect this is probably right on the limit. I'm not sure if you would have got a lap more or not, but they must be pretty tight.
Yep, so all 4 of our leaders now in the pit lane.
Is Winslade going to dive in as well? 7th, I suspect he probably will.
Yeah, he's quite far back, so no chance for a glory run from him. Here's our leaders exiting the pits now. Line up to 4th. Yes, Winslade in the pit lane.
So that pushes Highfield up to 5th. Dixon coming out the pits now, that'll be tight. Highfield just ahead, okay. So, yeah, so that's... that strategy's worked well for Highfield all the way up to 5th post stops, and Dixon and Kelly as well.
Yeah,
Miller's still in the just coming out the pits now, so I don't know what's happened there.
Well, it's probably unfamiliar to him to do fuel, so probably struggling with that a little bit. So after all the pit stops have shaken out, then we've got Bibby in the lead from Mark Tranter, from Andrus Fuelgrave, from Line, Highfield, Dixon, Kelly, Larson, Walker, Miller, Weaver, Winslade, Terry, Selner, the other Weaver, Schooling, Burnett, Hankin, and the Ledge is 19th.
Yeah, good move from Ollie there on Jason as well, Jason Larson. So that's him up to 8th.
Yep. So Winslade's done quite well out of these fuel stops then, because he was running down in sort of 14th or so, and he's jumped a couple of places up to 12th.
Yeah, there you go, pit stop strategy on the bottom right actually for the top 8 cars. Interesting to see that. It's a good graphic. Yeah, so obviously Highfield had his early bump and spin, so the early pit stop seems to have worked in his favour there, and then as I say, the leaders generally will run near enough empty and just keep running that clean air in front of them where they can. And there's a couple of so Winslade was around the whole time, but he made that work for him too, as you say, made up some good ground.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've still got the top 3 scrapping within a few seconds of each other, and Line a little bit further back. Highfield then a good 6-7 seconds offline, so I don't think there's time for him to catch him barring an incident.
No. Winslade just opposing Weave, yeah. That's Jake Weaver. Being chased by the 2 rabbit holes as well.
So last 3 minutes, I suspect. That's Burnett coming into the pits. He had to pit very early, didn't he, for his incident when he mounted Winslade. So
indeed,
unfortunately, that fuel didn't carry him through. So.
Yeah, I was wondering if he would manage to get through, but obviously, pitting on the very first lap means you're not going to make it by a couple of laps, are you?
No, obviously this fast repair and fuel stop. Does mean that if you do have an incident, 2 or 3 laps in, it's you can kind of combine your fast repair and fuel, so you can get straight back out in the action pretty quick, which helps. But unfortunately, lap 1 is just a bit early. Or as we see, Jake Weaver losing the rear end.
Yeah, and Caleb as well.
But yeah, obviously the upside is if you don't do too well in this race or have an incident, you can go again in the sprint race, and you'll be starting much further up as we go inverted on the grid. So
so currently then Burnett will be on the front row of the sprint race ahead of with Schooling.
Yeah. And it obviously means these leaders at the moment will be starting from the back and have to work their way through the grid to get some points.
Yeah, as we see the incident count then, presumably 12x for Burnett.
Yeah, I suspect his early bumps didn't help that too much. Paul Dixon running with 0 there, so pat on the back for him.
Yep, good spot.
Bibby, our leader, with 1. That probably says something, doesn't it? If you can stay out of incidents way, you're running in the lead.
Yeah, he's had a tremendous race actually, and he is currently just over a couple of minutes away from a maiden victory. In the LOA, if he can just withstand the pressure, yeah.
Yeah, unless Mark Trant has anything to say about it. He's flashing the ledge to get past him here, as the ledge is on a blue flag.
Yeah, the ledge really doesn't want to be holding up the leaders here. We're on the final lap of the race. Where's the ledge going to pull over?
Yeah.
I bet he's screaming at him in the pit stop. In the cockpit, sorry, because, trying to get his maiden victory and he's being held up by the back marker there. That's just
although he might do him a favour now. Oh no, Mark's through as well. Mark Trance's through, and is Andrews through? Yep.
Andrews through as well, so yep, the ledge does get out of the way in T4. Here's a replay then, so this is the 2 rabbit holes coming together. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, a bit of team on team action there.
Yeah, no one wants to see that.
Yeah, unfortunate. Kelly.The seemed to be extremely quick round here, but obviously that T1 incident and he had to pit and take a repair, so drops him right back. Let's see if Bibby can hold on here in the last few. I haven't seen a white flag, but we may well have been.
We are on the final lag. Yeah, we've had a final lap graphic. So out of Young Sal then, and we wait to see.
It's a long straight up to the finish line here.
I think he's done it. William Bibby then crosses the line to win at Interlagos. A debut win, a maiden win for him, and Andrus Fieldgrave on the podium on his debut, which is a brilliant result.
Yeah, excellent driven.
Congratulations, Bibby, on your first win.
I hear from Kelly there.
Yeah, nice.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Look at Highfield then. What a great drive he had to recover to 5th place from being last on the opening lap.
Yeah, congrats, Biff. Well done.
Yeah, we get some nice congratulations.
Yeah, well done.
Through.
I think my blinking at the beginning killed everyone. Sorry for that.
And just aware of his early race blinking.
Yeah.
But he raced a great race as well, actually. There's, those
good LB point, Bibster.
Look at that, Winslade, 19th on the grid up to 11th at the flag, so just off the points. But he's got.
Did you not refuel, Ollie?
Lots of chat from the drivers there. So William Bibby wins the race from Mark Tranter from Andrus Fieldgrave in 3rd. Line slipping down to 4th from the pole. Highfield is in 5th, Dixon 6th, 7th is Kelly. Then we've got Walker. Miller is in 9th. And Jason Lawson is in 10th. Then we've got Winslade, Kelly.The, Nicholas Terry, Jake Weaver, Tony Hankin, The Ledge, Will Burnett and Keith Schooling, and Jason Weaver finishing 19th. Which means Jason Weaver will be on pole. The 2 Team Shelf Squirrels will be side by side on the front row for this second sprint race. There they are. The yellow flash of Schooling on the right.
Yeah, quick turnaround into the sprint race, isn't it? There's no rest for these drivers.
No hanging about in the limit of adhesion.
No, we'll see how this rolling start goes then.
Yeah, look at Will Burnett then. We know he's quick and he's sitting 3rd there on the grid, so a great opportunity for him and for Tony Hankin just behind him in the Mercedes.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just about getting a clean start. And, you're right, those guys obviously had incidents in the main race, but you'd expect them to be pushing.
Gareth, you get points or you get the hose.
So we hear from Kelly to his teammate Winslade.
Some team encouragement there.
Yeah. Poor old William Bibby all the way down at the back then after his tremendous win.
Yeah, I don't think he'll mind too much. I think he'll take his win and start last in this race any day.
Absolutely. So inching up to the pit lane. We wait for the
Gareth, be gentle.
Obviously no pit stop in this one, just to clarify.
Yep, a straight sprint to the flag. It does say feature race, but this is our sprint. A very slow start there.
Yeah, who's going to go?
We're
That's
off
a lot
now.
of cars.
Let's move to, oh no, that's Highfield being turned. And,
I think
sorry,
it's
no, that's
Walker.
Walker. Beg your pardon. Yeah, Walker being flipped. All sorts of carnage. Oh no, Schooling facing the wrong way. And that's, oh no, that's Weaver going round. Hankin and Winslade coming together. It's a disastrous start. It just hit another rabbit hole motorsport car. We see someone up on their roof. That's Andrus Fuelgrave. Winslade just recovering. We've seen drivers all over the place. Miller in the pit lane, Terry in the pit lane, Hankin in the pit lane. Awful start from the field there.
Well,
Line
there's
attacking
there's a
Trenta.
lot going on there, wasn't there?
Yeah. A crazy start. And that's an LB round the wrong way. That's Dixon reversing back out of the way of the recovering Winslade.
Well, hopefully we get a replay of all that. But the
Yeah,
winners, the
lots
immediate
on
winners
pit.
are Highfield up to third from quite a way back. Burnett, obviously, as we said, would be quick. He's taken the lead now. Tranter's up in sixth now, just to close the lead. Yeah, how do we decipher that?
So, yeah, a lot of crazy action. Jake Weaver there running very wide into the second hairpin, the Duck's Beak, and that allowed Line to scamper through. In fact, he's plummeted into the pit lane. Or is that the other? That's the other Weaver in the pit lane. Gosh, it's a quite busy collection of cars in the pit lane. We see Line then attacking the shell squirrel of Jason Weaver.
And this is Winslade coming through. And Kelly mowing the grass.
Yeah, so his teammate Kelly on the grass there, who slipped to 12th, so he's just had a mistake out of Jung Sao. Here's Line attacking Larson into T1.
Yeah, and Bibby, our previous race winner, is up to 8th as well, so good result for him coming through that unscathed.
Yeah, he must have turned invisibility mode and cloaking on to scamper through from the back. As we see the ledge coming under pressure from Highfield.
Yeah, Highfield won't want to stick behind for too long if he can avoid just to catch up with Burnett again, who's pulled 4 seconds clear.
Yeah. But the ledge has done very well to survive it. Oh no, as we see Winslade and Schooling coming together there. That's a shame, that's a T4. Didn't quite see the beginning of that, and Highfield is through now, forcing his way past the ledge, and that's Selner then. He's trying to get it, hoping for a podium, I guess, if he can attack the ledge and get through. He's closing in on him very, very rapidly.
Yeah, and Tranter behind looks ominously quick as well. He'll be catching these guys up, I should think, soon as well.
Yeah, did you know ominous was exactly the word I was going to use?
It's that KC car. You don't want to see it in your mirrors.
No. We're on board with Bibby then. Race winning William Bibby, I should say. And he's looking at Line and Larson ahead of him. Which way is he going to go?
Gonna try and follow Line, I suspect.
Yeah. So Line gets through.
Not going to risk it there. Probably sensible.
He can have a good exit out of the centre S. Here's Selner on ledge down to T4. Goes to the inside. Squealing tyres.
Keep the pressure on, but don't go for it in that corner is the strategy. Yeah, Bibbs through as well. Larson.
So lots of changing of places so far. Replay of our start then. So that's Dixon and Walker getting together with one of the rabbit holes as well.
Terry, I think, and then spin from...
Schooling gets on the grass on the way into T1, round he goes. Jake Weaver crashes into Kelly. We see those, with Andrus as well, getting together. And ahead of that we saw Hankin and Winslade coming together as they were trying to avoid one of the other cars. We're on board with Line.
Yeah, I think this goes about 7 wide over the start line, which is not advisable.
No.
That's generally what happens.
Wow, Line very lucky to find a way through there without getting into it. Oh, Miller giving him a big hip check on the way through though.
Yeah, those two generally scrapping out of the lead for the FR2 races, aren't they? That was maybe a bit of a...
Normally cleanly. Wow, look at the carnage ahead. Line taking to the grass and to the outside to avoid it, and then following someone else's wheel tracks to get back on, and slots in behind Tranter. A frantic start to our sprint race.
Great on-board view there.
Yeah,
all
definitely.
the smoke, so hard to determine what's going on in front of you, isn't it?
Yeah, the new improved smoke feature from iRacing is very dense and very hard to see through.
Yes, absolutely. So we've got Highfield catching Burnett up and pulled away from Ledge and Selner there. So looks like those two might scrap for the last few laps.
Yeah, but that was the worst. That was an even worse sprint race start than we had last time out. So hopefully the drivers will get it together and sort it out for the next one. Oh, we see a bit of contact there between Selner and the Ledge. Ledge does not want to give up this podium, and who can blame him? But he's now got Selner and Tranter, and oh no, Selner and Tranter coming together there. And Selner ending up in the wall. That is gutting because he was on for the podium, it looked like.
Yeah, Tranter going down the outside there.
Wow. Great move.
Very close, wasn't it?
Yeah. So Tranter deposing the Ledge there. And here comes Line and Bibby. So I'd like to get a replay of Selner and Tranter just to understand what happened.
Yeah, it was unfortunate, didn't it? I mean, they were on the straight, so strange place to have to spin out of the crash, but as you say, hopefully we'll get a replay. And look, as the Ledge has gone back past Tranter there.
Wow, great move from the Ledge. And oh no, the Ledge just getting rammed by Tranter into that corner there. That's not cool, especially after such a beautiful move.
Yeah, unfortunate. Now he's back behind Line and Bibby.
Yeah, so the Ledge been deposed to 6th place then. It definitely looked like Tranter just outbraked himself and ran up the back of him.
Yeah, we do have stewards review after these races, so we'll go to our independent stewards, I should add.
Yes, and
some judgments.
The feedback will be given in the next GT3 race video.
Absolutely. But I agree on the rolling starts. Unfortunately, that's 2 from 2 that we've had incidents now. Oh, as we see, Highfield and Burnett are very much wheel to wheel there through turn 1.
Excellent stuff. And yeah, so looking further down the order, you can see Selner in the pits plus 1 lap. Andrus is in 4 laps down and out of the race, I presume. And this is Hankin and Miller. So both of the little and large drivers are out, unfortunately.
Yeah, Hankin took a big hit on that crash on T1, I think, which in a 10-minute race is hard to... If you tow, that's generally your race over.
Yeah, indeed. And we saw Highfield was trying to find a way through there.
Yeah, Line's out there as well. I'm not sure if that's connection issues or a crash.
Oh yeah, that's an unfortunate to see Line being out of the race.
But what it does is give Bibby 3rd place.
Wow, what a fantastic race weekend he's having.
Yeah.
Here's our race leaders though. Will Burnett being chased by Highfield. We're on board looking back at Highfield. We're fighting into Young Sal. That's the final breaking point on the track.
Has he got enough pace to get high on the straight?
Well, he's in the right place though, because he can have the slipstream. Better to have the slipstream down to T1 and be behind.
Yeah, Burnett's smart. He'll take the inside line, I suspect. He's a very solid defensive driver. He's ahead.
It's going to be tricky to go round the outside though, and yeah, Highfield just waiting a little bit as Burnett just let the brakes roll off a little bit just to make sure he had the... Because, I mean, you can do that, can't you? If you're on the inside, you can brake and be a bit slower and get the right turn in for yourself and stop the driver going round you.
Yeah, absolutely. If you've got track position, you know, it's your position to keep, I suppose, in that sense. But
yeah,
a little Highfield went for a bit of up and under, and didn't quite make it stick.
Yeah. Oliver Walker was just pitted as well, so I wonder if he got the fuel wrong for this race.
Yeah, or some damage potentially. There is a fast repair available here as well, but again, if you pit here, it's ill-advised generally.
So as a reminder, Will Burnett yet to win a race in the Limit of Adhesion, so he's going to be desperately hoping to cling on and defend from Highfield, who's already had his GT3 win. We see the Ledger's pitted as well, so he's plummeted out of the points now, which is a big shame. Wow, Highfield desperately trying to find a way through. There's only 40 seconds left on the clock, which means that as they cross the line, this will be the final lap of the race. He's on the outside now.
Yeah, he's going to take a wide line here.
Yeah, not looking to take too much slipstream, he's just trying to get it done. As I say, this is the final lap then. One of these two drivers will win the race unless they collide and Bibbs comes through.
Yeah, it's been quite respectful driving so far from both. Neither deviating too much from their lines.
Nope. And Kelly in the pit lane then from P6. That is a surprise. And wow, look how close they're getting to each other.
Yeah, tight through this section, so I'm not sure there's a move on, but Highfield will be looking to just keep as tight as he can into the final corner.
Yeah. Burnett has been desperate for a win in the league since the Radicals, where he had a decent turn of pace. Didn't get on quite so well with the Skip Barber, where he missed a fair amount of the season, so he is going to be screaming in his cockpit for this win. He's only got one more braking point to go then as they come through Mugello.
Just as we come up to this, I see Larson and Tranter are very tight as well, so we might see a bit of a photo finish there as well for fifth, fourth and fifth.
Great spot, Adam. So out of the final corner then, can Highfield do it on the line? Here he comes.
Well, this is a drag race, isn't it?
Yeah, photo finish then. Will it be Burnett for the first time? Will it be Highfield for the second? Flag is waving. Gosh, look how close they are. Burnett! Will Burnett wins the race. Fantastic result.
Look at the gap. Crikey.
Congratulations, Will.
Wow, 0.019 was the gap then. Here's Mark Tranter coming home in P4.
Good.
He's happy with that.
Well, what an exciting finish to the race for the lead there.
Yeah, and look at the caps in all the way down, 0.019.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's quite right for third, fourth, but it's certainly right for first and second.
Yeah, Winslade coming home in P7. In fact, that's got to be a bit of a flaw because they're all finishing like that.
Yeah, well, good points for Bibby there.
Yeah.
And obviously, congratulations, Will Burnett, on his first win as well. What a race weekend for firsts.
An absolutely amazing race weekend for, as we see Will Burnett trying to do a donut, and he's stopping.
It looks like a half-eaten donut, that one.
Yeah, and Winslade.
Hey, thanks for that, guys. That was fun to run with you for the first time.
And Winslade gets himself
everyone.
a penalty of a lap, so that's going to knock him out of the points, which is a shame as he just finished P7.
Yes, yeah, slightly schoolboy that one.
Oh, a double podium for Bibby as well. Nice one.
So, race results then. Penalty applied for Winslade. So, Will Burnett wins the sprint race from Adam Highfield in second, and William Bibby coming home in P3 to bag a podium along with his win. Tranter in fourth, Larson fifth, sixth is Dixon, Walker promoted up to seventh, 8th is Kelly. Schooling coming home in for his first points in 9th. Well done him. Lawrence Aaron Jenkins comes home 10th ahead of Weaver, Winslade, Terry, the other Weaver. Then we've got Lyon, Selner, Fieldgrave and Miller at the back. Or Hankin, sorry, forgot. So, championship standings. Will Bibby jumps to the top of the championship ahead of Highfield and Burnett up to P3. Then Oliver Walker is in 4th, Lyon 5th, Tranter 6th, 7th is Dixon, 8th is Kelly, 9th is Hankin. Fieldgrave 10th on debut, so that's really nice to see. Winslade is 11th, 12th is Larston, then Ledge, Miller, Schooling, Weaver, Selner and the other Weaver. And in the team standings, LB Racing up to the top of the standings ahead of Rumblebees. It's going to be a fantastic fight between those two teams. And Team Blackpink, 44 points, looking very good in 3rd, ahead of Cannon Fodder, the A-Team, Kairos Competition, Little and Large, Jägermeister, Team Shelf Squirrel and Rabbit Hole Motorsports in 10th.
Yeah, it looks competitive, that team standing.
It really does. And next race we will be back at the Nürburgring GP track. Should be really fun with these GT3 cars.
Absolutely. Yeah, hopefully we can reach that 20-man grid next time out.
Yeah, that'll be really good to see. So a reminder, you can find us at limitofadhesion.com, facebook.com/limitofadhesion. Please do like and subscribe the videos and share them with all your friends, and come say hi to us on Discord. Adam, thanks for joining me once again.
Thank you very much, Gareth. Really enjoyed that.
Yeah, me too. Cheers guys, take care. See you next time.